Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttradesolutions.com on a Friday. Today is the 6th December. Lots of rotation. I have a class coming up on Tuesday talking about buying high, buying low. That's going to be an interesting class with Bitcoin at all-time highs and the market at all-time highs. Is it too high? We'll have to see. Let's get right into the charts. Not really much to go over. The rotation under the surface continues with, just to give you an example, I mean, we've got stocks like DocuSign reporting up 23. We've got actually Nvidia down 3. Dell is actually down. Apple flat. Some of these other commodity-based stocks are kind of also down. So, again, on an index, we got all-time highs, just also churning. Just not a lot to talk about. I mean, we're kind of just continuing to churn at all-time high. 6,100 is a good maybe mark for the SPX. That seems to be a good round number. We didn't actually, we kind of touched it a little bit. Whether this is again mean anything. Still, Bitcoin, the big mover, had a big pullback on last on Thursday and has swung all the way, actually traded all the way down to 96K, all the way back up to 1 and 2. The volatility in this thing is really picking up. I think we possibly still could be in a topping process, but we have to see if the next rally, which obviously is underway, fails here. Then obviously we have to break above 95 to really get this going. So we had early signal here, and now we're going to retest this. This is going to be the really important level, whether they actually fail to make a new high and then roll over, or whether they just blow through this again. And then obviously that would continue the trend. So this reversal we've had two of them, but they bought every single one of them. So we'll see if that's the case again. Other markets, really, the Russell's still kind of hanging in there, still just meandering about. And, with the Dow similarly, today is actually down on the day as well. So you can see again the mixed picture on all the indexes. The VIX still sitting right at the lows here. Maybe it looks like it's gotten down in the low teens. So doesn't mean anything. I mean, it could stay down here, but it's really interesting. Rates and the dollar, not a lot of change, even with the unemployment rate today. They did drop a little bit, but nothing significant. Similar with the dollar. The dollar is actually still continue to go sideways, which is leading to, just a lot of chop and sideways pattern on all the currencies. Um, Also, silver and gold similarly. So all this week has been kind of churn, very challenged trading environment, unless again you're long-term holding the indexes. Otherwise, it's been even oil. Oil is interesting now, coming into another major inflection point around 66 a barrel, whether it's actually going to break down or again, see buyers coming in again at 66, massive range. So these are interesting points here with oil coming down to 66. Nobody's paying attention. Nat gas similarly kind of trying to hold on the 3M BTU, but again, very choppy. So again, in a nutshell, overall, it's just been a very challenging environment on a short-term trading basis. Again, unless you're catching some momentum, the only markets that are really swinging hard are Bitcoin, really, if you think about it, and some of these stocks earnings. So, I mean, if you're going to focus on anything, some of these earnings plays here, which again is what we typically like to do, are really what's me. And some of these momentum stocks, like this AppLovin. I mean, there's another one example, AppLovin. This thing is just a monster. We can point to all kind of stocks like that. This thing just is just incredible. So there's a lot of look at this thing. This thing is just this is signaling again to me that these kind of moves in stocks never end well. But again, on the flip side, you just you don't fight the momentum until until it stops. And but again, you know, on one side you got that stock, and then you've got on the other side you've got stocks like, again, Dell can't get out of its way as well here. So you know, again, take your pick. You know, this thing can't get out of its way. So it just depends on the stocks you're in right now. So that kind of we got next week. We've got the inflation data, and then followed by the Fed meeting next week. Still got strong seasonals, but it's yeah, it's going to be an interesting next week, and see if the market actually, since everybody is bullish now, whether it actually accommodates everybody or maybe surprises people and actually pulls back. You know, in the market, when everybody thinks things are certain in one direction, you know, the market always tends to fool everybody, but it remains to be seen. In any event, sign up for the newsletter. Again, give me a thumbs up. And I do have that class coming up on Tuesday. So if you're interested in the class, also sign up for that. Okay, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Tuesday. Take care.